Chelsea. Welcome back to our postpartum discussion, of course, with Chelsea and Dee. This week, for our discussion, we are going to take you inside of our homes and show you our top 5 gadgets on what we call the Nifty list. This list is going to comprise of nifty items and mama hacks that we have found very, very, very helpful on our motherhood journey. So the first trick, hack, nifty item that I'm going to show you guys is, this is an Amazon find. So I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen the videos of people using the clear storage bin containers that go in the refrigerator that house your produce or your fruit or just any other food items that you want to store. Very cutesy, like clean cut. You can see right in and see what you've put in there. Well, I've used those, but not only do I use it in my refrigerator, I've also have some that I use on my countertop to store her baby food and other few baby items that I kind of wanted to consolidate, but I didn't want to put up because I use it every day. And this is just the easy way to kind of have everything in one spot and not have to put it in 1,000 different places, search for it, and it makes it look better than just having a whole bunch of things thrown on the countertop. So this is baby girl's little food corner that I've created of all of her snacks and everything that she uses. There's her little bottle warmer. But as you can see, these little drawers pull out, houses her snacks, baby food, all of that great jazz. Formula right here. Just literally everything. Here's her oatmeal. Here's her vitamin that she takes every day. So literally just her little corner all tucked away. Guys, so my next mommy hack, trick slash product that I really like to use, but I have like a little me thing that I do with it that's kind of like, not an everyday thing that people think to do. So baby girl, when she started teething, obviously it was bothering her. Nobody likes teeth coming in. It's not comfortable and it's just like there's really nothing you can do for your baby except try to console them, be there for them, and make this less miserable. So there's a couple things that I did that really I think made a difference because I noticed that it calmed her down a little bit more after I started doing this than before I started doing this little trick. So there is numbing cream for babies that you can put on their gums, and obviously there's the teethers. What I did to take it a step further is I always keep mine in the refrigerator, so she gets like double the, I don't know, cooling or calming effect. And I noticed that after I do that, it works really well for her. So what I do is I just keep a bowl in the refrigerator of all of her little favorite teethers and her cooling gel, and she loves it. So here in this bowl, I keep this in the refrigerator, and I just keep all of her favorite teething products in here. She has her banana, and then I also like to keep her teething gel. This is the daytime Mommy Bliss teething gel, and this is the nighttime Mommy Bliss teething gel. But I just like to keep all of her little products in here. I even keep her extra pacifiers in here too, and I've noticed that that literally helps her fall asleep like instantaneously when it's cooler than just having a room temperature pacifier. All right, guys, we're still in the kitchen. I have another mommy hack, cool product gadget to show you, mommy trick. So when it came to making formula bottles, so baby girl, was getting breast milk initially, and then when she got discharged home, they wanted her to get 2 formula bottles a day. But at that time, she wasn't taking in as much as she's taking in now. So making bottle by the batches in advance wasn't as critical. Because I'm like, we can do this real quick. But as her volume increased that she was taking in, I was like, yo, I'm making bottles quite often. How can I alleviate the burden of making bottles feeding my feeding? Because that's getting kind of tedious and taxing. And I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do. So what I did was I went out and bought a salad dressing maker. And as you'll see in a second, it just makes about 4 bottles at one time. And she's taking in maybe right now about 7.5 ounces. And I can get that amount out of this salad dressing maker. So here's a salad dressing maker right here. And literally all I do is ration out the amount of water that I need with the amount of scoops of her formula that she needs. Put the top on. Here's your plunger. You just bow with the plunger until everything's all mixed up. And then you can pour it into your bottles with however much you need to fill your bottles up with. I left a little bit in here so you can just kind of see. There's this. You pour it in there. There's the big boy opening. There's also like the slower graded opening that you can use, but I just use the big boy. But like I said, with her taking in about 7.5 ounces, I'm able to get a strong 4 bottles out of here. But depending on the quantity, like if your baby's maybe only taking in 5 ounces at this particular time, then you can get way more bottles out of here. And it's just a great nifty hack. I got this off of Amazon, and shoot, I don't even remember. I think this maybe ran me like 15 bucks. And it's just a great money saver because there are other products out there that work beautifully, like the baby Brezza. But you're gonna spend a little penny on that product, especially if it's not a gift for you. But this right here is super reasonable, super affordable, and it's not for this, but it works beautifully because you're able to make your formula in advance, let the air bubbles settle down, because that's another thing that sometimes people don't realize, like, kind of can irritate their baby's abdomen, is making bottles on demand, maybe shaking it a little bit too hard, and getting all those air bubbles which your baby ingests, because sometimes the filter may not catch it all. But with this, it gives time for the bubbles to settle, and you have a great amount of bottles just sitting in the refrigerator for the day, ready to use. And yes, it's safe to make bottles for the day in advance. Check it out, guys. All right, guys, so moving on from the kitchen. Another thing that used to be something that I wanted to remedy was just having, wet bibs, clothes, all of that jazz just laying on my couch or in her crib or whatever like that in the living room. So one thing that, this is actually my mom, she found this for me. She found like these little storage bins that hold toys, and we were like, maybe we can turn that into a hamper. So we have a consolidated place to put all of her clothes and bibs, socks, all that jazz. It's still easily accessible. And then my living room's right by the downstairs, so we could just boop, boop, take it downstairs. This right here is just like the little storage bin for toys. And then we just keep all of her items in here that need to be washed. And then we keep it right here behind the couch. It's cute. It goes with everything. And nobody would ever know that that's where we keep her clothes at. They need to be washed. Mommy hack. Hey guys. All right. On to the last part. Now we've ended up in baby girl's nursery. And my last little mommy hack, trick, gadget is I received a lot of products as far as clothing for baby girl that had like the matching shirt, pants, little bloomers that go underneath your dress, like all those sorts of things. And I wanted to hang everything up and organize her closet. And I'm like, shoot, I want to keep everything together. What am I going to do with the pants so I can see that this is an outfit with pants? So I got the little fabric felt clothing pins, and I clipped the pants on to the hanger on the outside so I can see that it's like a shirt with some pants by the clothing pin on top of the hangers. And that was just like a great trick that worked for all my clothes, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Few examples of the clothing pin hack that I use. So these are just like, there's actually felt material on the clothing pin, and it just clips right onto the hanger, and it's a pretty snug fit, so it doesn't fall off, do any of that jazz in the closet. And now I can clearly see that this is a shirt with its pants, and I have the headband that matches it on top of the hanger. And this is just like an easy way to make sure that everything stays together and then you're able to clearly see what the outfit is so you can move accordingly.
Okay, so my first hack is the soak bowl. My soak bowl is on the left side of my sink, and the rule of the house is no one can put their adult dishes in the soak bowl. It is strictly for baby boy. Baby boy has 16 nano baby bottles that I bought that many to make sure that it was easier to do dishes, right? So in the meantime, in between time, when I'm like in a rush or there's like several bottles building up, there's not always time to get all those bottles washed right away and put them in the top rack of the dishwasher. So I soak them in Dawn and hot water, and I leave like the nipples. I even like rinse those out and leave them in the soak bowl so that they're constantly being like any residue is loosened up, and they're a lot easier to clean. I have limited amount of nipples. So once all of my nipples are in the soak bowl, that's my time to make sure I do dishes so that I'm at least not affected by the next feeding time. So hack number 1, soak bowl. So this is my soak bowl. It's just one regular large metal bowl on the left side of my sink, hot water and Dawn dish soap. This is how I make it easier for me to clean bottles and keep nipples clean during the day while I'm waiting to do dishes. Once it's full, I just empty it out, put things away, clean them, and refill it. Okay, so hack number 2. Hack number 2 is actually a true hack for me. So I took one of the Walker pushy toys, right? I like the one that we have because it's also good for tummy time. So it grows with him as he gets older. Well, what I bet the creators of this toy didn't anticipate is its use for newborns. So even to this day, but since my son was born, he has been very good at kicking his feet, right? And I found that when he sits under his walker toy and kicks long enough at a certain time of day, and like once I like really peeped, he would poop. So I was trying to like regulate him, and he would always interrupt my restroom time in the morning. So sometimes I will put him at the tummy time toy to let him get his poop out while I take my 2 minutes in the bathroom, and I'll come back and there's poop in the diaper. It literally works every time. So I'm recommending it because I know sometimes kids suffer with constipation or have a hard time like needing help poop. So I think it's a really cool hack. I'll show you how it works in the video. All right. So this is live action of the Tummy Time Grow With Me walker toy converted to poop machine. So I basically leave it at the edge of his crib and he lays down and he goes to town. He's being very modest in this video, but he usually like vigorously kicks this thing. And by the time he's done, there's poop in his diaper. So, mom hack, get those legs moving. If they're not dancers and standing up and squatting, they can at least kick to get the muscles flowing and help the poop out. And this was definitely an Amazon find. Okay, mom hack number 3. Save your instructions. It seems really silly to save instructions for a pacifier. Yes, I'm with you. But I found out that you're supposed to replace the pacifier every 6 weeks, I think, the ones that we got say on the packaging. And I was wondering why his binky was like making this noise. It's because it had popped. The binky straight up popped and it was engorged. Like, we definitely didn't read the instructions, y'all. He had definitely been sucking on this binky for like 2 months. And I realized like it's a choking hazard. So, wouldn't have known that if I hadn't read the instructions. That's not something that any of the moms in my life have ever talked about. So, read your instructions. It also teaches you how to properly clean and maintain your good mom gads. Like, I don't play about the Brezza. Y'all know I love my baby Brezza. I definitely kept the instruction manual. I stay up to date. I registered my product and I got information when they finally changed a formula setting. I was able to get notified specifically because I registered my product. So, with that being said, I also have the register cards included in here, and I'll tell you why it's important to keep these items. Okay, so I keep all of our household instructions in the like household accordion folder, and I have it labeled like warranties, rebates. Our Wi-Fi info has its own folder, small and large electronics, all that good stuff. So there's a tab for baby gadgets, and inside this folder I have literally every single baby product that I got from the baby shower and that we have purchased. So you have every toy, swinger, car seat cover. The only things that are not in here are the car seat stroller combo manuals. I like to keep those on hand in the diaper bags because you never know when you need to reference them. The other nifty hack, I told you guys to save your cards, your registration cards. Register all of your items because the companies will look at your model number and information and have it in the system. And if there's any sort of recalls or any information that they need to update you on in regards to your model, they can specifically reach out to you because you registered your product. Okay, y'all. Number four. Number 4, I am the GAD queen, right? I love all these new innovative ways to help moms be better at their jobs and to make our lives easier. I love the baby GADs. I love it. But the one time that I am team old school, ready? One time I'm team old school is the old school nose aspirator, the booger sucker, okay? The blue thing that every time you see it, a baby be like, no, yeah, the old school one. I have a really cool baby. I'm bragging a little bit, I'm aware. My baby is really good about hygiene. So when I'm like picking boogers out, cleaning his ears, trimming his nails, anything like that, he sits pretty well for it. I'm sorry if you don't have a good experience with it, but I bought I received the new aspirator as a gift off my registry because I thought I was going to have a baby like that. And honestly, I didn't use it. I tried to use it twice, and it was a lot more work to try to make sure I used it properly than just like just take the old school one and suck it up. Like, honestly, no. I pick old school over new school any day. Nose aspirator. So this is the old school baby nose aspirator. Everybody knows what this is. We all had one. We all hated it. But honestly, this is one of them oldie but goodie things. It's self-explanatory. It sucks the boogers out. It's the best thing. I really don't have much to say about it besides the fact that the the newer gadget was just way too complicated for me. This is way more straightforward. Not to knock the gadget because I mean it was a cool concept. I really thought I was going to have a kid that was intolerant of grooming, but he actually really likes to be groomed. So honestly, I'm probably just going to donate it to a new mom. I'll go old school all day. Okay, y'all. So number 5, my absolute last mom hack is the comm board. And a comm board is a communication board. If you don't know what they do, look them up on Pinterest. They're really cool. It's a way for a household to communicate something with each other without necessarily having to have a verbal conversation about it. It's great for nurseries because any caretakers that help the baby, even if your sister or somebody comes over to help you and ends up changing his diaper, she can communicate that he was wet last time or he pooped or whatever. It's a great way to communicate what's going on with the baby. So I want to show you the one that I have now and tell you about different versions of that comm board that I have had. So our comm board is based off of when my son started eating solids about 2 months ago. Basically, I wanted to keep track of what he was eating just in case he had any food allergies. Now, and to, look at his stool and see if anything had a reaction, and when it probably came from. Now, I'm probably just going to change it to what he eats and when, like if it's half solid and a bottle, or if it's like a full meal, something like that. And then I'll probably keep the top the same. When they're like little, you can just do eat, sleep, poop. What I love about a comm board is it's very versatile. You get a plain dry erase board. You make it what your family needs to communicate. And everyone has the rule. They just know that, okay, if I fed the baby, I need to go update the board. It's a way to hold each other accountable for communication. And it cuts a lot of verbal conversations short. Just because sometimes you be tired and don't feel like explaining yourself. So my last mom hack is definitely the nursery comm board. All right, y'all. And that concludes our episode of our top 5 Nifty list. So each of us have given you our top 5 mom hacks. Let us know in the comments which of our mom hacks was your favorite. And if you want to give a little bonus, tell us what your favorite mom hack is. What are you doing at home? And help me out, okay? And don't forget to tune in on Thursdays when we have Thirsty Thursdays. And we have a new mocktail for you to kick off our Christmas episode. So excited. First Christmas with our babies. It's exciting. And we can't wait to share some more tops with y'all. So we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you on Tuesday for the next postpartum discussion. Bye.